but let's get perspectives to the matter. I'm being joined by Ms. Obi Ndukwe, who is the President Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative. She's live for us here in the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Seun. Thank you.
What is your own summary or your analysis? How would you summarize your perspective on what is going on, especially the emergence of that Facebook post from Professor Okinbaloye?
Well, obviously, I'm sure many people were not expecting that, because considering the time, like between when those allegations against Senator Akpabio, were made, and then somehow it looked like, I mean, there was nobody to speak on his behalf. I mean, there was nobody to verify those claims and all that. So suddenly somebody now, shows up and says, I have a contact with Natasha. I was actually on her side. I was supporting her. And I can provide the evidence that we actually spoke and all that. I think after the first post she made and all that, Natasha also claimed that she didn't know her. And then, of course, she came up with the evidence they actually took. There was a phone conversation. It was aired as evidence, and then amongst others. You see, the truth of the matter is that when Natasha made those allegations, people also expected her to provide evidence, to the fact that she was sexually harassed, considering the fact that that incident had taken place more than a year ago, and then this is somebody else who is now alleging as well that Natasha lied against Senator Akpabio, and she's able to provide evidence, not just one, 2 or 3, and in fact she's even saying that she has multiple evidence that she will be ready to tender in court, right. And then of course she also claims that the authorities, the security agencies, both in Nigeria and where she relates, have also verified, forensically tested these things, and then found out that the voice conversation, actually the voice belongs to Natasha and all that.
All right, let me ask you, Ms. Obi, how would you sum up the position in that Facebook post?
Well, I think that I won't blame her if she did, for what she did, come
blame
Facebook.
Who now? Because
I mean Dr. Sandra.
Okay.
Because even Natasha's matter was also in the media. It was a kind of also media trial, because up till now we are yet to hear what the courts have said. We are yet to see any evidence. So what Sandra has done is probably to deal with the issues on the same platforms that Natasha has actually used.
Because it's a longer tape, and one cannot play almost an hour plus thereabout. And there are also voice recordings, which was played back and forth to represent whatever. Well, on this matter, I like to say to our viewing public and everyone watching out there, there's been allegations back and forth. But as a media organization, it's our role to be able to bring some of the information and perspective for your own judgment as a citizen of Nigeria. But I like to say right here that Channels Television cannot and will not be dragged into any of these claims or allegations, as we're just a media organization doing our jobs. These allegations and claims are on, and the obligations are on the individuals who have made them.
Exactly.
If it serves as an indemnity, take it as such. Thank you. So I wanted to know what your own conclusion about what Professor Mbeke has said.
Well, I don't want to go far, because I've also been following this matter, and I can tell you, Seun, that I also have some information that I've not been able to put out there.
What's that?
I'm also digging. I'm the president of Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative. So
what truth have
we believe a lot of lies have been told, a lot of manipulations,
by the Senate President.
No. By Natasha, who is alleged, a lot, just a lot. It's not something that we're not having.
What are you saying exactly?
No, the truth of the matter is that Nigerians were manipulated to believe the lies.
Of who?
Of Natasha. That's the truth of
As
the matter.
a woman, if you were in her shoes, if you were truly harassed, how would you go about it?
When this issue came up, I was one of those who supported her. That's the truth of the matter.
Why did you back?
Yeah, because that was on the issue of seat change and all that. But when the issue of sexual harassment came up, and I checked and I didn't see any substance in the matter, there's nothing to show that it actually happened, considering the fact that they have a relationship, the two families, and her husband and Akpabio, they are very close. I mean, somebody could not have sexually harassed you, and the next day you are seen with that same person. I mean, eulogizing him, making Facebook posts, and then praising him and all that. That's beyond that. We need to also, I needed to go beyond what, is being said in the public domain. And again, like I said, there were some information we gathered, some phone conversations that leaked, that have to do with the family where the man, she's her husband. And then we were able to piece some of these things together. And we saw that there is actually a pattern, where manipulation takes place and then make people, like she said, most Nigerians are gullible. G and H, they are gullible and hungry. I don't know whether that's true, but not many people will have the time to say, let's dig beyond this to find out the truth.
You don't believe the claims of Senator Natasha Akpoti?
I will believe.
No.
I will believe.
Allegedly, according to her, sexually harassed her.
No, I will believe when she provides the evidence. But she keeps saying, prolonging the evil, they're saying she will do that when the matters come in court.
So President Mbeki said that she was being induced.
Okay.
And that, according to her, she allegedly claimed that Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan recruited Dr. Obi Ezekwesili.
Yeah, that's what she said.
For the profile of Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, do you believe that?
Well, the truth of the matter is that sometimes when you need this kind of, depending on what you intend to achieve, you know the persons that are credible. You know the people that you can actually approach. And probably that's the reason why she approached Professor Mbeki. If you listen to that phone conversation, how the first interaction they had, probably she heard about her and knew that she could help her to take her case. But you see, at the age bracket where she's operating, where she is, she belongs, and Mbeki may be on the same, page, or like the Obi thing, Obi Ezekwesili, who is older. So she may be more comfortable in opening up to Professor Mbeki as we are women, we know these things. When we sit down, we talk, we open up to those we can open up to. But you may not do that with an older woman. And so it's likely that in the course of the, their relationship, she opened up a lot to her. But the fact that ordinarily myself, I won't throw out anything. But if you lied if you tell me that you lied and you want me to be involved, and I'm insisting that you should give me evidence, and you turn around and tell me there's no evidence, I'm only doing this because I need to pull down somebody.
All right.
I will work against
What are you made to believe?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, she has thrown her evidence. Dr. Mbeki has been able to, provide evidence, to an extent. She says it's about 7% of what she has. And then I expect that Natasha should deal with those issues that she has actually raised. It's not about...
What are you made to believe as an organization?
I think it's a relationship that went wrong.
Sour.
Yeah, Natasha probably didn't expect that a day like this will come and Professor Mbeki will make a U-turn.
Do you believe that there could be a possible sexual harassment?
Well, these things happen. There are genuine cases of sexual harassment. I mean, it's not out of place. I mingle with politicians. I know what goes on around. I know that sometimes you want to run elections. Some people give you conditions. But I can tell you, it also depends on how you carry yourself. I've worked with some politicians that ordinary people claim that they are into women. They're randy. But it never happened with me. Why? Because when I come to you and we're walking, I insist that...
If it happens to you, how would you handle it?
If it happens to me, I may not go out there screaming blue murder. It may be something that since they have a relationship, I could also relate. I mean, the husband would have been the best to have handled
Let me ask you, do you believe Professor Mbeki?
Well, I think to an extent I do. I do because...
Do you know her history?
Her history? Well, I think I know there was an issue sometime in Imo State. And, initially...
With Ezemadumere?
Yeah, Ezemadumere. I ran into Ezemadumere's wife then. And then she told me...
Does that call to question the personality of Professor Mbeki?
I won't do that because, you see, once you come out with the truth, if you're not careful, you'll be blackmailed. Those who have what it takes. So it's only for you to fight on until you get, and that's what we're saying. So prove your case.
Let me show you this. Okay. At some point in the video, where she raised her phone, there were some call logs. And you could see there, saved on the call logs, the latest call on her phone said Senate President. Below it is another call. Under is Senator Nedu Nwoko. So if you see it, which is displayed, you see it on the phone when she displays it. And there are those who are alleging that maybe the Senate president was behind all of this.
The call log, like I heard, was that this calls came while she was on air. And then I do not understand why somebody who is funding somebody to go and defend him or probably work for him will make a call when the person is on a live show. I don't want to understand that. Listen, a lot of things go on, you know, with ICT and all that. People can do all that. But
there are claims that President Mbeki says she doesn't know the Senate president.
Well,
there it goes that the name of the president was saved on our call log.
Well, like yesterday, I met somebody, a high-profile Nigerian. As he was going to give me his number, it was already in my phone. And I had never met him before. I now recalled that somebody had, you know, I was inquiring on something and somebody had given me his number in case I needed to reach him. So that's that. For me, those are trivialities. Those are distractions. The issues are the evidence-based information. We need to clarify this. Did they really happen?
Yeah,
yes.
As a person, what is the biggest lesson? Yeah.
The biggest lesson. Both for Akpabio, I think that this, I've said it before, Akpabio also needs to separate business from, you know, relationships. You know, sometimes he's a bit too playful, he jokes a lot about a lot of things, and then people also do take that as an advantage. Then secondly, for Natasha, you know, I think that having gotten that opportunity to be in the Senate is not something you wish away. And of course, we know she's married and then she has at least some kind of protection. And you know, in our culture, in our climate, what it means when a woman is married, irrespective of what people may say. Yeah. So I think that she would have probably narrowed the thing down to a family discussion and conversation.
But are you aware that there perhaps is a committee that's set by the president? A lot of people may not know this. That we understand that purportedly that the vice president is supposed to head the panel where you had the NSA, the Attorney General of the Federal. You are aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
And that the Senate president pulled out of it.
Well, I don't know the reason, but I suspect that if you're accused and you know you didn't do it, why would you want to go in for a reconciliatory meeting? Except the person who has accused you decides to come to you and say, look, we need to mend fences.
So you think Senator Natasha Koti...
I believe that's probably his reason. I don't know.
You think Senator Natasha is lying?
I've said it before. I mean, there's no evidence to all her claims and there's no evidence to all the allegations.
So you think they are baseless?
Yes, they are baseless. As far as I'm concerned, they are baseless until proven otherwise. And I think we have waited long enough for us to get the evidence, and it's not forthcoming. So you can't keep, playing Nigerians, and you do a media trial, you go all over the world, you spill things about somebody, and then you can't provide the evidence. So it's a really, really difficult situation for anyone to just believe her, hook, line, and sinker. We deal with the truth. We verify. We see for ourselves. And so if it's not there, it's not there.
Obi Ndukwe, thank you so much. President, Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative.